Hello, everybody. I am here back on YouTube to give you my predictions for Great American Bash NXT Edition Night 2. Recently, we saw what happened on NXT Great American Bash Night 1. We saw Tegan Nox become the new number one contender for the NXT Women's Championship after defeating Candice LeRae, Dakota Kai, and Mia Yim in a fatal four-way elimination match. We saw Timothy Thatcher defeat Oni Lorcan via submission. Rhea Ripley defeated Aaliyah and Robert Stone in a handicap match to make sure she doesn't join the Robert Stone brand. Dexter Lumis was finally able to get a big victory over a member of the Undisputed Era by beating Roderick Strong in a strap match. And finally, Io Shirai was able to defeat Sasha Banks with some help from Asuka, of course. But that's not all we have to look forward to for the Great American Bash. Night 2 promises to be just as exciting. For example, we have a six-man tag between Breezango, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, and Drake Maverick taking on El Legado del Fantasma. I'm sorry if I botched that. Where Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza will fight. I'm personally going for El Legado del Fantasma. Sorry, again, I'm not a Spanish speaker. I'm going for them to win because Santos Escobar, this is his new group. He's the Cruiserweight champion. And he did have a big singles victory over Jake Atlas not too long ago on NXT TV. But this is a test for Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. I get they're underlings. They're only expected to do their job and not really win. But I think for a group that they're clearly putting a lot of effort into, I think maybe they should get this win. And I don't think Breezango and Drake Maverick will be affected by this too much. Mia Yim versus Candice LeRae is another match. That's going to be a street fight. The last time we saw a ladies street fight was Dakota Kai versus Tegan Nox at one of the NXT TakeOver events, TakeOver Portland, I believe, which was a fantastic match. And I have no doubt that Mia Yim and Candice LeRae will bring something great to the table here as well. My prediction for this is going to be Candice LeRae. I mean, she is a newly minted heel, but hasn't gotten that big singles victory yet. And I think this victory over Mia Yim is going to be it. Will she be a women's championship challenger? Who's to say? I mean, I think we'd all love to see a rematch of that classic Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai match from a year ago, but time will tell. And next is the main event that apparently somebody already spoiled, but I did not see that spoiler, so I am going in totally blind. It's going to be Adam Cole, the NXT champion, versus Keith Lee, the North American champion, and the winner will receive both belts. Now, I am going for Keith Lee in this matchup. I love Adam Cole, I do. I think he and the UE Undisputed Era are an amazing group, but I think he's held that championship long enough, and at this point, we can use a fresh face in the NXT hierarchy, and I think Keith Lee is perfect for that role because he got so over once NXT went to television. Like, he was barely seen when NXT was just like a WWE Network exclusive, but when they got on TV, he started getting over. People loved him. And then he really started getting over during the Invasion storyline in 2019, which was awesome. And he was able to win people over with his strength and speed and agility for a guy his size. And then he became North American champion. And I think he could be a good NXT champion. I mean, he's got charisma, he's got the ability, and I think he's got the presence to make it work. So that's what we have to look forward to. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, let's look at what's going. Let's give my predictions for AEW Fyter Fest Night 2. On Night 1 at Fyter Fest, we saw the Jurassic Express defeat MJF and Wardlow, giving Jungle Boy a little bit of redemption against MJF, even if they weren't really involved in the decisions. Hikaru Shida defending her women's championship against Penelope Ford, By the way, love Hikaru Shida. Glad she's champion. Should have been the first champion in my opinion, but that's a bit late for that. Cody defeated Jake Hager for the TNT Championship. I am wondering, like, I always wonder with these open challenges who's finally going to be the one to take the championship away. Like, I mean, we saw when John Cena had the U.S. Championship Open Challenge, it was Alberto Del Rio who took the belt away. Well, Seth Rollins technically did at SummerSlam, but then Alberto Del Rio kind of ended the whole Open Challenge. When Seth Rollins had his Intercontinental title Open Challenge, Dolph Ziggler basically ended it. So I wonder who's going to be the one that beat Cody and end it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And Private Party defeated the Inner Circle of Santana and Ortiz. And I hope this leads to Private Party finally getting the championships, which we will discuss in just a bit. And Kenny Omega and Adam Page, who have been some of the best tag team champions in wrestling right now, in my opinion, defeated the Best Friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent, to retain their titles. Night 2, we're gonna get some bang for our buck, folks, because we got Chris Jericho taking on Orange Cassidy, and I think is going to be a great match. I used to not like Orange Cassidy. I used to think he was stupid. But I saw a match of his at Beyond Wrestling against a certain wrestler. I will not say his name because he is turned out to be a piece of shit. But it really won me over on him. And he also had an awesome match with the Warhorse, so that's also a bonus. I do think Jericho is going to win this match, but Orange Cassidy is definitely going to be a star once this match is over, regardless of what happens. Lance Archer hopefully squashes Joey Janela. I mean, I'm personally not a big fan of Joey Janela, but Lance Archer's kind of been on a downturn since his loss to Cody in the TNT Championship Tournament Finals. And I think a big, just destructive victory over Joey Janela is kind of what he needs to get back on track. Nyla Rose versus an opponent to be announced. I can't really judge who's going to win this because I don't know the opponent. But it's good. It's going to be good to see Nyla Rose back. I've always liked Nyla Rose. She's great. And yes, I said she because she is a she. And then we're going to get Colt Cabana teaming up with the Dork Order. Brody Lee and Stu Grayson. Weird that Evil Uno isn't going to be a part of this. Versus SoCal Uncensored. Hate that gimmick. Christopher Daniels, Ricky Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. I'm not a big fan of the Dark Order gimmick. I think they added all this stuff with them too late. Like, maybe if they started with this, I would be fine. I like the gimmick better, but I don't know. It's just the fact that they added this so late into their run just makes me not care. I mean, I do love Colt Cabana. I think he's great, and I loved seeing him in the NWA, but I don't know if even he can save this thing, honestly, in my mind. But I'm pretty sure the Dark Order is going to win this thing with Colt Cabana getting the pin. Probably on Christopher Daniels, since he seems to be the member of SCU that takes the pin most often. And up next, after this, is going to be FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Harwood. Boy, those are names. And the Young Bucks taking on the Butcher, the Blade, and the Lucha Brothers. I do believe FTR are going to win this match. They're probably just going to pin the Butcher and the Blade. The Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros will probably just do their own thing. It's weird kind of just seeing the FTR and the Lucha Bros. They debuted and returned respectively, and they're just in this 8-man tag. It's very weird. Like, I don't know. Like, FTR is supposed to be like these big dream opponents for the Young Bucks, and they're just kind of doing this. It's very weird. I have no doubt the match will be great, but I don't know. I just expect them to be doing something different. You know what I mean? And the main event is Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus the Private Party of Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn with Matt Hardy. I'm conflicted on this one. I don't know really what to say to this. I hope Private Party wins because I've loved the Private Party since I first saw them at, I think it was Fight for the Fallen. No, it was Fyter Fest. It had that god-awful Nakazawa Jabali match. Yeah, that was Fyter Fest. But Kenny Omega and Adam Page have been good tag team champions, so I wouldn't, and they have defeated all challengers, so I wouldn't say they wouldn't win, but It's a tough one. It really is a tough one to call. My heart says Private Party, but for these predictions, I'm gonna go with what my brain says, and that's gonna be Kenny Omega and Adam Page. So let me know what you guys thought of the show, or not thought of what you thought of night 1 of both shows, and then what you think is gonna happen at night 2 of both shows. Until then, be sure to subscribe, like, favorite, and tell a friend. And I will see you all next time.